Leo, this is Joanna from Tarot with Joanna, here to do another reading. Hello, hello, hello. So Leo, in today's reading, I'm going to give you two of the Denise Lynn Oracle cards. Going to do your reading and then clarify it. So let us get started. All right, Leo, let's see what's going on for you. Take what resonates, Leo, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Leo. All right, here we go. Cards for Leo for their highest good. This is for Leo. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so you start off with passion and pleasure. Savor your life. Definitely, you guys, live in the moment. Love life, you guys. You know, we only have one life, and, you know, really don't take it for granted. Just live it, okay? Be in the moment. Live your life and love it. It says choosing your path, all is possible. Wow. So definitely you could be going in a new direction, a new path. So just be ready. Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. All right. So Leo, take what resonates with you and leave the rest. I was going to say you guys. All right. Here we go. All right, Leo. Whew. Here we go. One for the current, one for the situation, one for the past, one for the what's hidden, one for the hopes and fears. One for what you need to do now, what you need to, work on, and the outcome. Wow, nice, beautiful. All right, so Leo, these are very nice cards. Okay. But you still have a lot that you're going through. You start off with the with the Five of Swords. I'm looking at the Seven of Swords here. So you start off with the Five of Swords. You know, you still have a lot of anger within you. Maybe there was something here about just, you know, being angry, frustrated, anxiety. You know, maybe you're starting off with that, but maybe you have that right now going on. You have the Seven of Wands here. They're asking you to stand up for yourself, to believe in yourself and stand up for what you believe in. The Three of Wands is talking about making plans. You know, you're making plans to go forward. You know, maybe you're keeping things to yourself. I feel like you're going to be traveling. I feel like there also could be some kind of partnership here for you. Wow, that's in the past. So I think it's now, though. I don't think it's in the past. You do have the Seven of Swords. I'm sorry, the Seven of Swords here. The Seven of Swords is usually a card of betrayal, deceit, you know, being sneaky, keeping secrets, but, you know, not being honest with yourself, stuff like that. But we'll see why they are all here. You do have the Ace of Pentacles here. The Ace of Pentacles is talking about a new beginning, a new path that you're on. There's going to be financial opportunities presented to you. There's going to be opportunities in general. Wow, I feel like there is some kind of money here for you also, which is nice. Nice, nice, nice. You do have the Justice card here. The Justice card is talking about keeping everything balanced, fair decisions, decisions being made, dealing with anything legal. It's going to be in your favor. The Six of Pentacles is in the what you need to work on, and that's being overly given. I feel like you're definitely giving too much of your time, of yourself, and you really need to start setting some kind of boundaries here. I do feel, let's just keep going. With the Sun card, for the outcome, it's a beautiful, positive card because you see the baby, or you're going to be feeling youthful, happy, you know. The sun is going to be shining on you. You're going to be the light, you know. So it's nice. And you really are, Leo. You know, things are just good for you. So it's nice. And you know how to make things good for you. You're always so loving, and you know, you have that strength and laughing, and you find joy in things. So really live in the moment also, okay? All right, Leo, so take what resonates with you, Leo, and leave the rest. This is going to be for Leo, 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 Leo. Okay, Let's see why the Five of Swords is here for Leo. Card. Wow. All right, so you're very overwhelmed. A lot of things have changed for you, Leo. You started off with the Five of Swords, so you also have a lot of frustration, anxiety. You're seeing a lot of change coming through also. I feel like there is a lot of change. And you are definitely feeling overwhelmed. You know, this man, you know, this is the Nine of Wands, and he's tired. You know, you can clearly see that. He's holding the two of those two sticks on his lap, and he's sitting down. You know, you're very overwhelmed with everything that's been going on. And you're seeing a lot of these changes coming through. But you don't give up, okay? They're asking you not to give up, to keep pushing forward, you know, because things are definitely going to change, but they're going in the right direction for you. So I feel like it's really nice. Don't give up on anything, okay? And just really try to just push through, okay? Because it's good. I feel good about it. I feel like you're not going to be in this frustration all the time, okay? So keep going, keep pushing forward. But there is a lot of change that's going to come in because you did get the Tower card. Things, they're going to change quick like that too. So you just know that. You have the Seven of Wands, and why is the Seven of Wands here? One more card. Wow. All right, so you do have the Page of Pentacles, and you have the Ace of Wands. So the Seven of Pentacles, they're telling you to believe in yourself, you know, no matter what. Really stand up for what you believe in. Like if you believe in meditation or doing the tarot cards, really believe in it. If you believe in God, then defend him. You know, if you believe in anything that you think is right, you defend yourself, okay? Believe in yourself and really defend yourself, like stand up for yourself. You have the Page of Pentacles here. The Page of Pentacles is talking about financial opportunities. They're talking about finances. Really use your finances wisely, okay? Because I do feel like you just need to be careful with your finances. But I also feel like you're going to be learning something new. I feel like there's news and messages coming through about opportunities for you. Because not only did you get that, but you also got the Ace of Wands. And the Ace of Wands says that you're going to be very inspired to do something different, to create something different. You know, because the Ace of Wands is about, hey, you know, I got these ideas. I want to go do this. I want to go do that. And that's you, Leo. So really look at that, okay? Because I feel like you're going to come up with some ideas. Whew, okay. I also feel with the Page of Pentacles here, I also feel like there's going to be opportunities presented to you, but you just got to be really focused, okay? There's also good news. Really try to build something. Try to create something for yourself too, because I feel like it's going to be successful. And you're going to be thinking like that because you're going to be very inspired. You have the Three of Wands here for the past, and I do believe it's now. I believe there's some kind of partnership here. Somebody's going to help you collaborate something. I feel like you're pushing forward. You're going to be moving forward. I feel also too like you're traveling. You're going to be traveling also, which is very nice. Wow, that is very nice. But I also feel like there is some kind of partnership here, expansion. You're looking ahead at things. You know, you're making plans for the future. They want you to have patience. They want you to think positive in everything, okay? So really do that. Nice. Oh, okay. I just had these. And then you have the Seven of Swords for what's hidden. And why is the Seven of Swords here? One more card. Okay, so you do have the Seven of Swords here. There's a Seven of Swords. I feel like, you know, maybe there was something that you were keeping to yourself. You know, maybe you weren't really telling anybody anything about anything. Maybe you were not being focused also. It could be about that. Or just not being honest with yourself. And keeping quiet, you know. Also too, I feel like there could have been like not caring. You're probably not caring about things so much, you know. But I feel like you're moving on from that. I feel like, you know, even if there was some kind of betrayal or anything, that sneakiness or secrets or anything, I feel like you're moving forward from it because you do have the Four of Swords, okay? Don't let this seven of swords bring you down and keep you down no matter what. You know, people are the way they are. They're sneaky, they're you know, they're backstabbing sometimes, you know, and those are the people that really don't care. But you do, okay? So just know that, you know, don't let people like that bring you down. You're a good person. And if you're the one that's doing it, the deceit, you know, just move away from that. Move forward from that because you could do it a better way. But you do have the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords is asking you to really rest, to really start taking it easy. You know, you're very cluttered in your mind, doing everything for everyone. I feel like you're just very busy. Also, too, the Chariot is here. Chariot card is talking about being very successful, moving forward, traveling. Could also be moving here. I feel like for some of you guys, you're going to be moving, but definitely committed to move forward, and taking control of everything that's going on. Okay, so but really need to take that time to rest. Okay, and just really rest. So that, and that doesn't mean just like sleep all the time. That means resting your mind, resting your body, resting yourself, you know, your soul, so that you can think clearly and get back to where you were. And then you have the Ace of Pentacles. I would still be careful though in who you tell your business to, especially because I'm getting just be very careful, very wary of who's around you and who you're telling things to, because I feel like there's some kind of two-face or backstabbing. Okay, so be careful. The Ace of Pentacles, and why is the Ace of Pentacles here on a card? Wow. All right, so you do have the you do have the Ace of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and you have the Nine of Cups. You know, there is financial opportunities here for you. Like I said, with the Ace of Pentacles, there is a new beginning. There's financial opportunities. You are on the right path. There's a lot of creative ideas also that you're going to be getting, very inspired to do things. But I still feel like you hold on to this Five of Swords, which is the anger, the frustration, the anxiety. You know, you have a lot of that in here. I don't know why you're holding on to that. And, you know, it may be because of the Seven of Swords, but you really got to try to let that go. Okay, move forward from that, because you don't need to be in that energy. You don't need to be always remembering that. Okay, just move forward from that. You do have the Nine of Cups, and the Nine of Cups is saying that there's a blessing trying to come in for you. You know, there's accomplishments here. You know, be grateful, having gratitude for everything that you have, big or small. Just be happy, you know, because there are a lot of things that you have that a lot of people that don't have. And there is that blessing, that wish fulfillment that's here. So it's nice, very nice. And you're going to be feeling very content, very happy. So I feel like you need to just leave that. Be content with what you have, okay? Be content with what you have. Even if you feel like it's not enough, be content, because gratitude gets you a long way. And right now we're in this energy where we're going to be loving, we're going to be forgiving, and we're going to be, you know, grateful for everything, big or small. So really have that gratitude, okay? And leave that anger behind, Leo, okay? You do have the Justice card here. And why is the Justice card here for Leo? One card. So you have the Three of Cups, and then you have the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is talking about that you could be holding on to something. You could be holding on to the past, or, you know, you're trying not to not to let something go. Okay, so maybe it's the memories or the past that you're holding on. For everyone else, I feel like you really need to start saving money. Really start saving money when you can. Okay, and I'm not saying don't pay your rent or your bills, but really save when you can. For some reason, I'm getting that really strong. But there is justice here. You start off with the Justice card. If you are you dealing with anything legally, it's going to be in your favor. There's going to be fair decisions being made towards you and around you. You're going to be making fair decisions. Things are balancing out for you. So it's a very good card. There is justice here. So you don't have to do anything to anyone. Okay, so just remember, justice is here. It will prevail. You have the Four of Pentacles here. The Four of Pentacles is talking about, like I said, you know, could be holding on to something, the past, really let it go, okay? Because I think that's what the frustration is here, the anger that you're holding on. You're still remembering a lot, and you need to let that go. I feel like you also need to start saving money. There is traveling here. Find your patience and be calm about things also. And you do have a lot of support from your friends and family. You have a lot of support, Leo. People love you. They want to see you nothing but good for you. They want you to know that you're supported. And also too, I feel like there is some kind of celebration coming through. There's a celebration that you're going to go to very soon. Wow, nice. And then you have the Six of Pentacles here. Why is the Six of Pentacles here? You have the King of Wands, and then you have the Knight of Cups. So, so with the King of Wands, like I said, you know, like, okay, so we started off with the Six of Pentacles here. The Six of Pentacles is talking about like overly giving, you know, try not, and I'm not talking about finances. I'm talking more about your time, your energy, you know, trying to do everything for everybody. Okay, it's time for you to start setting boundaries, and you really need to do that. You have the King of Wands here. You know, really take charge of the situations that you're dealing with. You know, I feel like you really need to just like say no at times. Like, you know, when people say, hey, well, can you help me out here? I need this. And you know, you're frustrated. You know, you're already over, you know, you have a lot of work already, you know, and you have, I get the word bombarded. I feel like you're very bombarded with everything. And I feel like you really need to start just taking charge of everything, making sure that, you know, I'm not going to do this all the time. I'm not going to be, you know, stopping this and doing that because I know I got to do this. You know, you really got to start setting boundaries, start setting limits on things. They want you to follow your heart, trust your heart, follow your heart, make decisions from your heart. Okay. I know it's difficult to say and do, but you really need to try to do it. Okay. Listen to your intuition also. It's there. It's telling you, it's nudging you, it's telling you, hey, it's time, you know, do it. And then you have the Sun card here for the outcome. And why is the Sun card here for Leo? One more card. Oh, I picked up the card the wrong way. Oh, that's nice. So this is very nice. This is a very beautiful reading, Leo, because you know you're tired and you're very overwhelmed and you're frustrated and you're angry about things, you know, but you're not letting things get to you, and that's good because you're going to be very inspired. There are a lot of things coming in. I also feel like there is some kind of abundance coming in because you have the Ace of Pentacles here, and that's a new those are financial opportunities. Okay, but really leave the anger, really leave the frustration, leave that. Okay, rest, take time. Okay, you do have the Sun card, and the Sun card is talking about being useful, being loving, you know, seeing the light in everything, being positive in everything, you know, just feeling like you were a kid again, you know, happy, you know, no worries. And that's just exactly what you're going to do because you have the Ten of Cups. You're definitely moving towards happiness. You know, you're not going to let anything steal your light or take the light away from you. You know, the Ten of Cups is about celebration, moving forward, happiness, thinking positive, just like the Sun card. So these two cards together are beautiful. And then you have the Nine of Pentacles, which is even better because the Nine of Pentacles is telling me that, you know, you're going to be you're very independent, you're very independent. You know how to make the money. You know how to make that material success. You know, you're going to start trusting yourself more. You know, live in the moment. Savor the moment. Okay, you guys, live in the moment. You need to. You know, don't let life pass you by because you're so overwhelmed with work, or you got to do this for somebody. You got to do that for somebody. You know, enjoy your life, because if you don't, you know, it's just going to pass you by. And they're asking you to really, 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 really savor the moment. All right. So, and trust yourself, trust the decisions that you're making and doing. You know, we all make mistakes. So just trust yourself. Okay. All right. So, Leo, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next time. God bless.